Now joining me on the line is heavyweight Junior Wright, who takes on Brian Howard this Friday night at the Clarion Hotel in Essington, Pennsylvania, live on BXNGTV.com. Junior, what's happening?
Everything going well, man. Training camp went well. Everything is on point. How about you? How's everything going?
Everything's good. Thank you very much. 19-4-1, 16 knockouts. Big fight taking on another big puncher from Philadelphia in Brian Howard. What are your thoughts as we tape this a few days out?
We've been looking for somebody like this. We've been looking for a good challenge, and Brian Howard's been around for a while. He's been in the ring with top contenders, and he's even beaten a few really good fighters. And I'm happy to get this opportunity. I really appreciate Rodney for putting me on. It means a lot to me, and I'm very excited.
So talk about, like you said, you've been looking for an opportunity. A guy like Brian Howard, a guy who, even though his record is 15-5-1, he has scored a couple major upsets on his resume. The big knockout over Carlos Negron, beat Garrett Wilson, Showdown Winters, who was 8-0 at the time. Alex Guerrero was 12-0. So he's a guy, despite the 5 losses on his record, he's a more than capable guy.
Absolutely, he is, and I like that. I like the challenge. I mean, a lot of guys, are just looking for build-up fights. Nobody's really looking for a challenge unless the money's right. You know what I mean? It's got to be a lot of money and everything like that. But me, like I said, I like the challenge, and a guy like Brian Howard is going to bring out the best in me, and I'm very excited for this Friday, and I can't wait.
You've been off since October when you scored an explosive knockout over Colby Madison right here in Philly. He's kind of your Philly debut. I know you've been living here for past year or so, or even longer. Tell us about the move to Philadelphia.
I liked it, man. My trainer Rashad Brown. He told me that he's been training people, and we've always been cool for years. We always kept in touch with each other, and I just wanted to change, you know what I mean? I just wanted to get away from all my distractions and get out of my comfort zone and give it one last run. And everything's been good so far in Philadelphia, and I really like it. It's definitely the opposite of Chicago. I mean, it's a lot smaller and more compact, but I kind of like that. I feel like everything's closer to me.
I was just in Chicago on Saturday night broadcasting a fight card. So I just came back from your hometown. So had some deep dish pizza too. It's pretty good.
Giordano's is my favorite on Mondays, especially.
I had the Hilton. Whoever's in the restaurant, the Hilton was good though.
Okay. Sounds like playing. When you go back, try Giordano's.
We'll do. So talk about it. Obviously, you've been fluctuating between cruiserweight and heavyweight over the past several years. This fight obviously is at heavyweight. I know the WBC, they got this Bridgerweight division now. Where do you stack in? I mean, where would you like to campaign? Because I know you're not the biggest heavyweight in the world.
No, I would consider myself a heavy bridger. So I'm going to stay around heavy. And if the opportunity presents itself at Bridger, even cruiserweight, I would even do that too, because I did say that I would go down, but the cruiserweight division is just like it's not in big demands. Nobody really cares about it as much in the States, at least. I mean, cruiserweight is like a European division, so even Bridgerweight to a certain degree, you know what I mean? So heavy is where it's at, but Bridger or cruiserweight, I'll drop if the opportunity presents itself.
And speaking of cruiserweight, you were a former world title challenger to Beibut Shumenov several years back. Going all the way over, I know you fought there against Chakiev as well. Fighting abroad, how much even though you didn't get your hand raised in those fights, how much did going through that whole thing give you experience? Maybe even make you a better fighter.
You know what, man? To be honest with you. When I fought Beibut, I'm going to keep it real. I took that fight on a week's notice. I wasn't even training for the fight. The opportunity came, and I just took advantage of the situation. And I've learned a bit from it. I mean, it was good to go to rounds. I could have beaten Beibut Shumenov if I had more time. And Rakim, I had an injury. No excuses, though I lost. I was definitely in shape, but the time duration in Russia for the first time going out of the country competing, it took a lot out of me. I couldn't sleep when I was in Russia. That was pretty hard, but it was a great experience. I went to Russia to fight Ruslan Fafir the second time. I went 12 rounds with him. I did better because I understood the pattern the second time I went to Russia. But injuries has always been an issue. I was recovering, so no excuses on those fights. It happens. It's part of the game.
I don't know if people, if this fight is even out there, but you were involved in what I call like an undercover classic. You know which fight I'm about to tell you about when you fought
Boucher?
Stevens Bouger, which was that was one of the best wars I've seen live and in person. That I think people, if they're watching this, they should find it on YouTube. I don't even know if it's even on YouTube.
I
What a
believe
war that was.
on two different things on YouTube. It is Boucher.
Okay.
Boucher got me at my best. I mean, Boucher was legit. You know what I mean? We talked about that fight. I talked to him a couple of times. Boucher's a pretty good dude, man. It was a great fight, man. It was huge. And it was like huge in a small in a small venue. Not too many people knew about it. Like you said, Boucher was one of my toughest fights because my injuries. I didn't have injuries like that. It wasn't like serious at that time. It was elbow problems, but I was like, if I was in that condition in Russia or any of those other fights, I would have won them.
Map it out here. Obviously, you haven't been in the ring in 6 months. If everything goes well for you on Friday night against Brian Howard, what does the rest of 2023 look for Junior Wright? Obviously, you're looking for big fights. You're 36 years old. I would imagine maybe a win puts you in line for maybe a fight on a big stage.
That's the plan. So after the Howard fight, things go my way. I'm in the gym. I mean, I work out all the time. Anyways, I work out. For me, it's working out, staying in shape is a routine. So I'm pretty much ready for whatever. When the opportunity comes, I'm just gonna take advantage and go out there and take care of business.
Whether it's a heavyweight, like you said, if it's a heavyweight, cruiserweight, bridgeweight, whatever good opportunity, I guess when the phone rings, you're ready for it then.
I guess I'm a heavy bridging cruiser. I mean, cruiserweight's harder, obviously, because I've been heavier for a while. I've even gotten even heavier because I took a break. So obviously the age and everything, but if the opportunity presented itself, you know what I mean, under the right circumstances, I would do it. But I'm gonna stay heavy, and I still want to be a smaller heavy. I don't want to be a big heavyweight because I'll be too slow.
You mentioned, the being in Philadelphia, about living in Philadelphia, kind of like a smaller version of Chicago. How about the fight scene in Philly, the gym scene? A lot of promoters are running in Philly. So compare the boxing climate from Chicago to Philadelphia.
Man, the one thing I will say about Philadelphia, there's boxing gyms everywhere. Like boxing is like the basketball. It's like basketball and football in Philadelphia. There's boxing gyms everywhere in Philly. You know what I mean? But in Chicago, we have a lot of boxing gyms too. But I feel like the demand is higher in Philly because you also the movie Rocky and the history behind boxing in Philadelphia. Chicago's got great gyms. Sam Colonna, that's the main gym. That's the go-to gym.
Yep.
Everybody goes there, and Sam Colonna. I'm sure you do.
Correct. Yeah, he trained some fighters the other night on the show that I worked. Bobby Hits. He had a big sold out crowd in Rosemont the other night that we broadcast on BXNG. So it was a great crowd there.
Yeah, Sam Colonna's good, man. He's good people's man. I mean, that's the best gym I gotta say, man. I like the way he's got a lot of good fighters in the gym. Great gym. I mean, but it's like the difference is, Philadelphia is just like, I feel like, like even getting work out here, everything is like in home almost. You know what I mean?
Have you worked with any? Who have you worked with? Some of the bigger names maybe you've worked with since being here.
I work with Kanto, DeWaco, Michael Hilton. I've done a lot of rounds with Hilton. That's my guy, Michael Hilton.
Former National Golden Gloves champion.
National Golden Gloves champion. I've done a lot of work with him. A lot of rounds with him. I've worked with Cassius Chaney. Let me think. One of the best amateurs in the country right now. Stephen Williams, WAP. I work with him. I've worked with Claudine or
Joel Caudell.
Claudel. I work with him. He's real good. Brother Garrett. I work with Garrett Wilson too. So I worked with a lot of guys out here.
So since coming to Philly, I would imagine you've had the cheesesteak.
Of course. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. When I came out to Philly, man, I was like, oh, I gotta go to Passaginos. And when I went to Passaginos, man, Passaginos, you can't even. I mean, it ain't nothing compared to the Poppy stores.
Yeah, I agree. Most of the best ones are the smaller ones. Patsy, you did the right thing. You went to Patangino's first because when you're new, you're a tourist, so you got to do the tourist thing, and then you kind of find your niche of where you want to get your cheesesteak. And I would imagine you've also done the whole Rocky statue, right?
I've done the Rocky statue a few times. It was great. I'll work out around there sometimes too. I like it. It was great.
What do you want to tell the fans in closing before we see you Friday night, April 14th, live at the Clarion Hotel, Essington, PA, live on BXNG TV?
I plan on trying to get a stoppage, just like my opponent. We're going in there for the kill, man, and it's going to be a great main event, and I can't wait. I'm really excited.
Well, thank you for a few minutes of your time. We look forward to the fight. I'll be on the call, and I look forward to seeing you guys scrap it out on Friday night.
No doubt, man. Really, really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, boss.
Bye.